Hi everyone, very good evening. I welcome you all to SIM Intelligence. I am Vishnu. Uh, I am a professional instructor for SIM Intelligence. I do train various courses, and today we are going to have a QRadar webinar on I can consider to be this is one of the most required and day-to-day usable webinar which we can consider to be one of the most required content that we are going to cover in this particular webinar. Okay, right? Never late. We should, instead of wasting our time into this discussion, just we'll move into the subject and we'll have the session. Now, let's move on to the session. So, prior to going to the session, we'll have a small intro about our organization, that is SIM Intelligence. So, just give me a minute. Yes. So, SIM Intelligence, one of the most leading blue teaming as well as SIM training provider company, which offers wide range of courses and trainings in terms of information and cybersecurity. We are one of the fast growing online information training security provider company based out of India. There is some concerns. Just let me check. Yeah. So, we deal with various kinds of cybersecurity as well as SIEM, as well as SOC trainings. We have a good team of highly skilled infosec instructors holding very wide range of accreditations and having a very experienced in the various cybersecurity domains, right? So as I said, Cementless is one of the most trusted as well as reliable training providers company which providing exceptional unmatched hands-on practicals towards your each individual's corporate as well as midway courses as well as advanced courses across the globe. Our goal is to train, mentor as well as support your career in terms of cyber security as well as our prime motto is to make India more cyber power. That is my as well as our organization uh, core area, right? So now it's a small intro about myself. I am Vishnu V, and I have a multiple masters. I did my masters in IT as well as cyber forensics and information security. I'm holding various certifications like I am a CIS from ISC2 and CSM and CISA from ISACA and IBM QRadar Analyst and Administrator that is from IBM Security Learning. And I'm also CompTIA Security as well as a Network Plus expert. And I did my Red Hat certified architecture. I have more than 6+ certifications in Red Hat, and also I am a, EC Council certified CE, GNSA, CTA. There are a lot many certifications that I did from EC Council. I'm passionate to upgrade my skills towards various global certifications. Yes, and I have more than 18 plus years of experience in the IT industry. And if you stop talking about a cyber security, I have 15 plus experience, and I was worked as a system and network administrator when I was a toddler of IT. So I had more than 4+ years.
Man, yeah, why you busy?
Uh, okay. More than 5+ years, I worked as a L1, L2 at the system and the network administrator. There also, at the first stage of my life, I worked as a system as well as a network engineer, and there I was worked with so many services, configuring various network devices like bridges, I mean routers, firewall services, and various technologies that are implemented over there. Then I become a security coordinator and a incident handling member uh, as for Research India. Then there is something a cyber emergency response team that is the India's. and I become a passive member of that. And later, I identified that I need to I need to be more experience. I actually I was into the field of administration during the early stage, so I identified that I required to understand more of cybersecurity. So again, I jumped back into my network operations, and there I worked as a Splunk, analyst, network log analyzer. There I deal with so many network attacks, real-time provisions like I found with slow loris attacks, DDoS attacks on the switches, Cisco switches, as well as various other network devices. I found a firewall, how a firewall was happened, and how various kinds of network VLAN hopping kind of stuff that I literally felt during my scope of analysis. Then later, I got an opportunity to become a scene pioneer, and I was a well-constructed setup. I set up more than 7+ areas that 7+ organizations with IBM QRadar, and I worked as an operations manager into the major fields of SOC, that is Security Operations Center at multiple areas. Then later I moved on to cloud. Then there also I worked as a SIEM again. My main platform is SIEM. So again I moved and understood about various SIEM. Of course, I have more than 7+ various SIEM technologies. I mean, I have a good knowledge on say 7+ technologies like Splunk, QRadar, as well as this particular native SIEM solution, the cloud native SIEM solution, that is Microsoft Sentinel. And over and above, I have a good knowledge on Chronicle, that is GCP's Chronicle, and I am also certified administrator and analyst of GCP. And now presently, as I got a very good opportunity, I become a CISP and all, and I got a very good opportunity into the security architecture advisor and approvals area for a central government agency. Now I deal with various security architecture advising options, right? So it's a good. I'm holding this position. I'm really, I can say I'm one of the most happiest person to hold this particular position. But prior to this position and all, I'm very passionate. I'm very passionate towards trainings because I need, as I said, I am more interested towards make India more cyber power. I am very passionate towards taking sessions, especially related to IBM QRadar, on various different, as I said, right? I do even take SIM intelligence, various SIM provisions trainings like, Sentinel, Splunk, and all those things. And even I do take CISM, CISA, Counter Security Plus, and Network Plus. Since last 5 years, it has been going on, and my era needs to be there for another, whatever the days coming. So, okay. So I hope this is a small intro about myself, and without wasting our time, we'll just move into the topic, right? That so once again, I welcome you to IBM QRadar webinar by SIM Intelligence. In this webinar, all you're going to understand about you can say the basics of dashboard management, custom property extractions, and how to navigate your MITRE by using UCM, right? So these three are the main focus topics towards your QRadar. This is one of the most important area. Even people used to be lag when though people are into the field of QRadar. However, but we need to know this particular custom property extraction and TTP management, that is tactics, techniques, and procedures management by using a use case manager, right? So this particular webinar covers IBM QRadar dashboard management, as I said, regular expression identification, and a custom property extraction. So now we will understand about what is a property and all. With the session, we will start and understanding a threat landscape. There is another area that we need to understand by using a use case manager, MITRE ATT&CK TTP mapping with the custom rules. So this is most important area again. What is custom rules and how to map your rules with your TTPs in your MITRE landscape, right? So target audience, of course, for whom this particular session has been conducted is so something like all associated security engineer and SOC managers, malware and threat hunters, those who are going to deal with TTPs and all, SOC manager who is going to deal with dashboard management and all, and incident response who is going to deal with your custom property extraction and regular expressions, and blue teaming for analysis purpose and security administration for your understanding your blue teaming technology. So these areas, each and every area, the target audience, those who are here, is going to something. I can assure you that you are going to understand something over here at the end of this particular session. Though you may be a toddler, you may be an expert, you may be a a middleman manager. So you may be a lead. So for everyone, this particular webinar is going to suits you somewhere. You can fit it somewhere, right? So this is what a small understanding. So first, QRadar dashboard. Now let's say I have okay. Now tell me, how many are already dealing with this particular? I hope most of the people already may be into this particular field. Now let's talk about,
Hello, Vishnu.
yeah,
This is Daniel.
yeah.
Are you using the community edition or you are using the
Right
paid
now, I'm using
edition?
a community edition of for taking this particular webinar. However, we have both. I have professional edition as well as community edition with me. However, I'm going to just take the sessions by on your community edition 7.3.3 for a understanding purpose only. Okay.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. I wanted to find out so that when I'm asking them my questions, some of them doesn't relate to the paid one or the community one.
No worries. Whatever you have queries, we will going to help you out. Don't worry about that. Okay.
All right, fire on.
Yep. First, IBM QRadar board, I can say this is one of the most critical component of your IBM SIEM, which will provide you a comprehensive as well as interactive interaction as per monitoring, for analyzing, as well as managing your security data, right? So the key features I can consider to be, let's do. So the key features are customizable layout. So you can see here, I will show you a practicals also. Don't worry. Just prior to that, I'll just take a small understanding of this. So you can say, so this is a first, whenever you log into this particular SIEM, you will get this particular dashboard over here, right? You can see this dashboard is one of the very beautiful area which has a very customized way of approach. You can set up your layout whatever the way you want. Let's say you want to drag, you can simply drag. Okay, you can drag to here. You can simply drag. See, you can make an arranger from here to here. See, you can take into this. You just it is something like if you want to drag here, you can see it's moving basically. If you want to go up, you can go up. If you want to bring here, you can bring here. So like that, just once you refresh, you can get that particular pages whatever you have dragged, right? So this is a small understanding that is a very customizable layout. Now, as I said, which is really provided here to manage, monitor your security data, right? So you can see here, you have a dashboard with various options. So you can see basically what is a dashboard where you can see if you take a car, so in the car, you can see a dashboard area where you used to keep your important things, like you used to keep your idols, you can keep your small, phone case, or you can say mobile holder, or you used to keep some napkins and all, where you required when while driving, you can easily grabbing those things, right? So and also you can use it for a easy understanding, like you can keep threshold monitors like price monitors, pressure monitors, some web cams you used to keep in the dashboard so that you can easily identify those things, right? So and also all your monitoring area, all your speedometers, your music system, everything is on the dashboard. Why? You can easily handy those things, though there are lot many features are there in the car, but these features are more required during your driving kind of stuff. Similar to that, so this particular QRadar SIM has so many features and so many things are there, but while you can't go each and every time into this each and every part of your SIM and understand. So to bring so important things on the dashboard, we have this carpet area. This is known as a carpet area. We also known as a dashboard, where you can create a multiple dashboards, right? You have a multiple dashboard option. You have now basically you will get this six by default, six different dashboards. So now why these particular six questions? Now question comes, why this? So basically, if we start talking about a cyber infrastructure, so we can divide the cyber infrastructure into four areas. One is I can consider to be data, one is network, one is data security, one is network security. Okay. So now if you start talking a network, we require to understand something like switches, router, network communication and all, right? Data, your AD, DNS, all your applications, web services, file services, all those comes into your data, right? Your DRM services, the DLP, endpoint security, antivirus solution, data security comes under. Network security like, firewall, CDRs, NDRs, XDRs, all those comes into your network security, right? So now we have this area similar to that dashboard also having various areas like application overview. So all your dashboards, I mean widgets, this particular widgets, or we can consider to be modules related to application, you can place it over here simply. One area all related to your application. So how many applications are going out, top applications, top talkings between the two client and a server, outbound traffic towards your applications, incoming traffic towards your applications, and what kind of applications failure, I mean, login failures are getting towards that application failures and all. So now application service status, all that you can place it over here so that it is easy, but it is not mandatory to keep on this. Again, it is a optional that they are providing some six areas like application, compliance. Now compliance is another area. So each and every area required some compliance standards. Like I can say if you are related to EU, European Union, so you required to manage some GDPR compliance standards, right? Like if you're related to a financial industry, you have to be compliant towards PCI DSS or a FISMA or a SOX. So there are lot many compliance standards you have to you have to be compliant towards that particular standards because of the nature of work as well as uh, the countries they pose into you, okay, for the organization to manage. So we have to adhere to that particular compliance. So we have to keep that. So what is your organization may be related to, let's say, payment cards. So you have to maintain some compliance overview, PCA DSS overview. Now you want to rename this particular compliance overview with the PCA DSS compliance overview. It is easy, very easy. So you can easily rename here. See, there is, on opening that particular, let's say you have opened this particular tab, right? You can rename this instead of, let's say if I belongs to payment gateway industry, so simply I change PCI DSS compliance overview. Now now onwards, it is PCI DSS overview. Now I will make it according to PCI DSS compliance standards. So I can remove this particular widget. I can add a widget. So whatever the way I want, I will simply add over here. Okay. This is one of the most important area that I can rename any dashboard at any given point of time. Though that may be a default dashboard, I can rename the things. Now the question comes, there are some, let's say, risk monitoring. I don't have any data over here. Even I don't want to and my company or my organization is not dealing with any risk, and I don't want to do any monitoring related to risk. So let's say I don't want this dashboard. Yes, you can remove, because placing this dashboard may, this is a kind of fine tuning, I can say. If you don't want this dashboard, yes, you can delete. No one is going to stop you. Yes, it is done. So for your profile, there is no more risk monitoring. Whereas if another profile have, so they may have that particular risk monitoring for their own dashboard, because every car has its own dashboard, right? Similar to that, every profile has its own dashboard. These are the default dashboard. That now the question comes, instead of some XYZ overview, I want to keep my own dashboard over here. Let's say I want to create my own dashboard. Now I want to create my own, because I am going to monitor my organizational data, right? So I don't want to keep any of this, though it maybe remains that I don't want to touch with any default dashboards. I don't want to touch any default dashboard. I want to create my own dashboard. It's very easy. So simply I'll go and click on new dashboard. I'll give my name. Let's say my name is Vishnu, right? So I'm going to create a Vishnu dashboard. Consider I'm Vishnu, so I'm creating a Vishnu dashboard, so that, and this is my own dashboard. Okay, this is what I want to add it. Okay, so now this dashboard will be remains for me. If I want to share with another team members, yes, I can share that. Now first I will give an option to share. Later, that particular, while sharing, I will get an opportunity to whom I want to share, and all that I will get a list. Okay, now I'm giving an opportunity to share this dashboard, right? So my dashboard is ready, but there are no widgets. But there are no widgets. So how can I bring that? Yes, it's very easy again. So this QRadar is really, I can consider to be one of the easiest tool. So, and all these are GUI method, and you can go here, right? Add items. So whatever you want, you can simply, you have so many areas, like see, you can see offenses, log activity, network activity. So each area you have so many options. If you click on this one options, so you have these options, right? By category, by source IP, by destination IP, by network. So the same thing that you can also see offenses. Most recent severe my offenses. You can click most severe. Yes, there are some data has been come up. I want to keep it here. Yes, I can just drag here. If you don't want to, you just drag here. Let's say I want to add some log activity. In there are see events by severity. Yes, I can click. By default, I'll get. Okay, okay, let's say top log sources. So it's come up, right? So right now there are some data is flowing. So if I want to keep it like here, yes, I can drag it. Okay. So let's say I want to add some more. So there are so many options. These are some options. Let's say I want to keep my event rate. Yes, I can drag it here. See, there are some related to my event rate. Similar to that, let's say I want to keep my top, okay, top login failures. Yes, it's come up here. There is some of the data, some login failures are at this particular time. I have to monitor, right? Just drag it here. See, it's very easy now, right? So I'm creating a dashboard by using the available items. So you can also create custom item. You can also create your custom items. And similarly, let's say you want to keep some offenses. Let's say by source, top sources. Who all are the attackers? I want to know. Just click here. So the top sources I can come to know. See, it's how simple. The attackers are these many. So we are considering, because the top sources means the top offenses generator. The offenses is a suspicious activity identifier. So once it is considered to be an offense, or you can say incident, then this will be the attacker. So these are the top attackers for your organization, top suspicious people that you can easily identify. Similar to that, you can add it something like mm, top categories event. So by here, you can even identify what all are your top categories where your attacks are going on. Most of the attacks are going on. So I can consider, see, there is a login failure attacks, quarantine successful. So it's not a attack. So that means your antivirus is very good. It's doing a good quarantine, right? And similar to that, login failures are getting happened. That means your organization is attacking with so many brute force or login failure attacks or some password attacks or weak password attacks, such something like. Or you can say something DOS, denial of service. Some applications are getting done with some denial of service, or some attackers wants to do some denial of service. So you can come to know here, according to your offenses, you will come to know that these are, and some of your SSH servers are getting attacked, or you can say some Linux are trying to log in with some username and password, that maybe leads to another login failure. Okay, so such a way you can create your own. So now it is not exclusively neither it is a application nor it is a network nor it is a compliance. I'm making my own dashboard where I am going to manage whatever I want, right? So this is how I can create, because I may given with some task. Being a QRadar expert, you may be given with some task, so you have to create your own dashboards according to your requirement. So to overcome that, so I can simply create this. Let's say your organization said, I want to keep only virus related activity. I want to know all virus activity. I want to make all the virus list. Yes, you can create. That is possible. Very well possible. So what I'll do, I'll go to log activity. First, I'll go and identify my, let's say, log analysis. So my log source, let's say antivirus. So my log source, I'll go and touch, let's say, PA. This is my antivirus, basically. I know this is my antivirus. So let's say I'll go with, let's say, last 1 hour data. In the past 1 hour, so there are so many viruses are getting detected, right? Now I want only this. I want only this. I want only virus detected activity. So what I'll do, I'll simply select and I filter, right? So I got this information, right? I got this information. Now what I want to do, I want to group by some meaning. So I want to know who is the attacker for this virus. So I'll put some, let's say, source IP. So now what is getting happened? Virus is getting detected and the source is these, right? Source is this, and the even name I can drag and drop. It's not a big deal. I can drag it wherever I want, but I come to know this is the source from where the attack or virus is getting detected. That means this is the endpoint or whatever the machine, or some attacker is throwing some virus from this particular machine. So I got detected, okay, and it is successful, quarantine successful. However, I come to know these are the virus generating area or virus detecting area. You can consider, right? So now I want to save this result and throw into my dashboard somewhere here. Yes, it is possible. So for that, what I'll do, I'll simply save this result, sorry, save this criteria and give something name, let's say virus detection by source IP, right? This is by source IP I'm identifying, right? So here the option is there, including into your dashboard. See, include in my dashboard. I'll simply click over here, and along with that, even I want to add into my quick searches too. So I'll select here. Then press OK. Simply these two. Once I did, if you come down in the quick searches, you can identify somewhere here, right? See on the bottom. So at any given point of time, if you are refresh and I don't know what was the filter, no worry. You come down, you just click over here. The same filter is automatically you will get it. See, the same filter that you will get it. Now the concern is I don't want here. Instead of here, I want in my dashboard, right? Yes, that is also possible. You go to log add item. So I have done that in the log activity, right? I'll go to log activity. Event searches. When you come down in this area, see on the bottom you will find that virus detection, because I have added while saving itself. I have added include in my dashboard. That's why it is coming over here. Once you select, see it's ready. But this is not yet pop up, right? So I can change some settings like bar chart to pie chart and last hour, and the count is okay, and I'll save this. But it is not yet, it's not popping because this requires some visualization time. This requires some visualization time. Over the period of time it will come up. But if you want to see it right away, just click on the view log activity. You will get the content. See, you will get the content. You will get the content right away. That you will get a bar chart, you will get a pie chart, you will get a your content. And if you want to, let's say, change into table, yes, that is also possible. But I mean, you can consider accumulating. This is known as accumulation. So this requires some time. So if you want this particular graph to be or table to be identified, it will take at least according to your processing speed. Sometimes it may come up within an hour, sometimes 15 minutes or 20 minutes, but it will come up. Once it is come up, your tabs are you will get some dashboards kind of stuff, right? So similar to that, you can also add some monitoring things like you can add your system summary. See the system summary you can see. You can drag here. Yes, I can see what all are my system summary. And similar to that, I can also add the recent reports so that I can come to know, right? These are my recent reports. See, we can set up according to whatever the way we want. Let's say these many reports have been generated recently, top five reports, and this is my current system summary. Means you can consider to be kind of health. Flows zero. That means there are no flows, no flows, and but current events per second is something like 41. Average speed is 41, which my QRadar is actually collecting. Similar to that, what is the past 24 hours? There are 7.2 thousand, that means 7.2K, that is 7,200 events have been gathered. How many offenses got updated? So far 54. And data reduction ratio is 133 into 1. This is something like, you can consider to me how much normalization is getting happen. That is, you don't require these particular things to be more understand, but is by default it is in 100 to 150 in between. So 130 is a good sign, and my machine has that capability to handle. So that's why it is handling. So no worry, right? So this has the capability. So now you can see how beautiful dashboard has got up, right? You can see there are so many things come up. You have some charts, bar charts, everything. Now this can be postable. You can see you can throw this into your data wall for continuous upgradation. You can give it to your help desk team. They will monitor this particular area. If there any unlawful activity happens, any change in the graph, see, you can find this. This is a common graph. This is a common graph you are identifying, right? Right. See, this is a common graph is going on. This is a common graph is going on. So suddenly there is a failure comes up, right? So why this failure comes up? So they will they will generate an alarm towards that particular activity so that we have to attend accordingly. So this is how dashboard really help us to create, and you can visualize the things, and you can monitor the dashboard area in a very well area. Okay. So this is a very easy. If you don't want to keep it, very simple, just delete it. If you want to rename, let's say for organization dashboard, let's say you can rename it as I said. Instead of Vishnu, you can change it, let's say, cyber forensic dashboard. Yes, it's possible. You can simply add it. It's cyber forensics dashboard. Or you can say SOC dashboard. You can simply rename it as SOC dashboard. So similar to that, let's say you can create for Active Directory, AD dashboard. Let's say you are creating for network security team, network security dashboard. So that they will only see this dashboard rather than the going to any specific thing. So you can create your dashboard up to 49 dashboards in a one profile. Now the question comes, how many dashboards that you can create is something like you can create up to 49 dashboard. You can't go beyond 49. In a profile, you can maximum you can create 49 dashboard, which I have done practically multiple times. So that's why I'm telling. So you can go a maximum of 49 dashboards by either in maybe community area or in your production environment. Okay. For a profile, you can create a maximum up to 49 dashboards, right? So this is one area that I can consider as one of the most important and one of the beautiful area people required to set up their own dashboard for compliance standards. And there is a new version of this dashboard also come up that is known as Pulse. There is a new dashboard come up, a Pulse that can also be installed in this particular area, but that is a new version of. I mean, you can consider the QRadar production environment has that capability. Otherwise, you can also install over here, and it has its own new feature that you can download this, but here you can't download this dashboard. There is no feature of downloading this dashboard because you kept your your efforts are more here, right? But you don't have a facility to take a backup of this particular dashboard directly. Whereas in the Pulse, that particular capability is available. Anyway, that is very easy, so you don't require to manage that. But this is one of the some native method as well as some tricky which we require to understand. Okay. So next is the most important other topic is, see, now you can find something like this dashboard, like this tab, this particular, you know, pie charts, like these tables, like these things that you can come up and you can identify, okay, this is one of the required area. So over the period of time, once you start, making these kind of dashboards, you can stabilize the dashboard and you can freeze it, and that can be shown on your, you can consider to be on your data, right? So the next one is called custom property. Now the question comes. So there is a, when we go towards its most important area, people might know all these, but still, as I'm a, so we have something known as information, right? Information is a activity. The first thing happened. Whenever something happened that is considered, that is identified as an information, and once the information comes up with some audit trail. Audit trail means time and all. You can consider who did and all. Audit trail includes some of the activities. So information means it is uh, what happened plus when happened. This two is meanings is it's give you some information, right? What happened and when happened. Let's say attack happened at 8 p.m. or 2000 hours, an attack was happened. This was an information. Now attack happened. Now the audit trail related to who did. First question comes who did. Now second question comes where did, on your organization, what part of your organization that activity was, and how did, right? So information is what happened and when happened. Let's say a virus attack was a happened. Okay, this was the activity. Now it what have 2200, I mean 2000 hours. This is the one activity. Now the comes on who did. Who did means who is the attacker. Attacker means source, right? Source has basically an IP, host name, anything, right? Attacker may be some host name you got it, some IP you got it, IPv6 you may get it, MAC address you may get it, some port you may get it related to source. So all these, right? These are some properties, or we can consider to be parameters. Now where did? Now on destination. Who is the victim? Destination similar to IP, host name, IPv6, MAC address, port, username, destination user, source user, who is the user, and how did. Now the attack is on physical attack, virtual attack, like remote, legal, illegal. Now the question comes, once the attack was happened, then how it can be illegal? Can anyone explain this? It is a tricky, right? Once I am telling it is attack and I am telling it is illegal, is there any attack happens on legal? Is there any attack happens on legal? Yes. Yeah, please. Someone wants to share something?
Like red team attack, checking whether how vulnerability was there in the environment.
So whenever
Uh,
any testing or penetration testing is being performed, like and map is being run on the website or
yes.
server, so for
Yes.
Any
Now,
simulation, attack
okay.
simulation.
Okay, right. Very nice. So now the question is, uh, now one question is, now attack from attacker, but it is legitimate. How can you answer this? Attack is really an attack, but attack is a legitimate. Can anyone?
yes, sir, we can verify it by getting the source IP and checking it with websites like Virus Total and Abuse IP.
No, that's okay. No, I'm telling there is an attack,
Okay.
but it is a legitimate. Once it is a legitimate, you can't identify this, right? You can't identify this. Yes, someone is considered to be the whitelisted, so you can't identify this, right? How an attack considered to be legitimate? The insiders attacks are considered to be legitimate attack. Let's say there is a Atharva. There is a Atharva is working in one organization. Who knows his boss password? Who knows his boss password? And now he's trying to log. He's impersonate as his boss. Now he's logging in with his boss password. Now Atharva is what? Atharva is an attacker. But what he did, he impersonate by using his boss password because he knows the boss password. Now, will SIEM detect this? It can't be, right?
So it can't.
It can't
No, it
detect
can be
because
there.
basically it's not an attack. Basically, it's not an attack, but actually it's an attack. Yes, Neha,
Is
I
it not
said
something that you can use?
So social engineering,
yes, social engineering, phishing comes under this particular thing. Impersonation is considered to be legitimate attacks, one of the most powerful as well as very difficult to identify. Now, how we will identify this? So this will identified by using this can identified by using
Yuba,
basically what?
Yuba.
Yes, very nice. UBA. It
Yeah.
is UEBA, User Entity Behavior Analysis. And also there is something called IBA. It's only Entity Behavior Analysis. Sometimes you may get an opportunity to play with user. So how user from where your user is getting access, whether that user has a capability to impersonate like other persons are there, or we used to restrict some users to log in from specific IPs. But if someone is trying to log in with some other IPs, so we can identify. So this can be identified by using Yuba. It's one of the right answer. Very good. I hope. Yes, Neha, you have. So don't mind. Whenever you have any queries, I will ask you. Please note it down. I will take. I will consider at the end of this particular session. Don't worry. Okay. Yeah. So once this particular things getting happened, so now you can see here there are some basically if you see here, my concern is not whether this kind of attack is a legitimate or not, but here I am identifying some what, when, who, where, and how, and each time I'm having some concerns, right? Where virus attack is an event, right? Event name, ID you can consider something like time, then source IP host. So you can identify these are some parameters, right? These are some parameters, various parameters or properties we can consider. In QRadar, we consider as a so we have some properties. See, considers right what happened, when happened, who did, where did, and how did by using this information plus audit trail. So we have some properties here, right? Virus name, a virus attack is considered to be an event name and event ID. Time, you can consider time of generation, time of startup, and all. Who did means who is the attackers. You may identify in the name of source IP, source host name, source IPv6, source MAC, source port, source user, similarity. So you can see here destination IP, destination post, destination MAC, destination port, user, and similarly, as I said, physical attacks, remote attacks, legal attacks, illegal attacks. So all these you are identifying in a payload of your event, right? That means when you are collecting some activity, so whenever there is an event means whenever the event triggered, let's say I'll take an example of here, event viewer. See, whenever we capture some events, right? You click on this event. Let's say there are so many events are there in our let's say system. You can take something because it will take some time to load because it's a huge content in my logs. So anyway, I will show you once it is done. So basically, in the event, you will get both the information plus audit trail, which include these properties. So basically what QRadar do, whenever you do a log activity while collecting the logs, by default, if I stop this, so it will try to identify some of the properties here. See, you can see here, right? There is the event name, low level category. I will take one of the good understandable property, right? Log source. The last one. Yes. So I will take this. Yes, I will take this. So basically, I got a event happened like this. So I want a event happen like out of this. So it is able to identify name is virus detected. So it is identified from somewhere here, right? Yes, this is identifying from here. And the low level character according to the event name and ID, something ID, it is identifying on the name of that. The event description is also automatically, there is a magnitude and all. It is automatically identifying some important properties like there is no username found, then it is showing NA. The start time, when that it got discovered, when the storage time, what is the log source time, everything. So in what domain it is by default. Right now I don't have any default, I mean domain, that's why it is showing some default domain. So it is even identified source IP. See from here you were able to see, right? See the source IP, the same source IP, right? Destination IP. It is identifying from here, see. And the source port, you can see somewhere here. Yeah, see source port. Destination port 80. So it is identifying from here. So similarly, there are some content I want to identify. Let's say these are the common 30. There are total 30 events, basically properties we can consider to be default properties. Now the second, I'm moving on to the custom property area. So right now what we have done so far, we have started identifying the properties here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Plus this is 9 and this is another 9. Total 30 properties. But these are known as default properties. But if you see, there is a virus detected event name. This the event name is identified as generic virus detected. But if you read this particular payload, you can see there is a virus name is also there exactly. If you see, I am just making a bigger so that you can easily understand. So you can see, you can able to even read the virus name from this event payload, but there is no content. There is no content, right? There is no content. So there is no place for virus name. But how it is possible to make a property over here? So for that, what we require, we need to create a custom property. We required a custom property. So basically, you have a capability for one event, one type of event. One type of means for any virus detected, there may be different virus name is always be here. If you want to make a search only virus detected data. Let's say I'm just giving an example. So all these are virus detectors. See, right now I put a filter of virus detected events only. There are a lot many virus detectors that happened. When I double click this, it is something like backdoor Win32 poison. If I go next, again the same. If I go next, this is different. See, networm Win32, but the location is always here only, right? Location is always here. Now I want to pick up the value, whatever it is there in the name of virus name custom property. This is my concern. I want to create a good property where the virus needs to be pick up. So it may be anything. It may be virus name. It may be some source user, some destination user, some XYZ custom property. I want to pick up that. I don't bother whatever that, but I want that. I want to pick up this area. So if these particular things to be picked up, so the best method is something known as extraction of property. So in the extraction of property, we have multiple ways. So there is option called, when you open this particular event information, so you have an option called extract property. You just click on it. So it will take you to something like, this area. Now here you can create a new property, and there are multiple methods: extraction based, calculation based, AQL based, but more successfully the extraction based, and the method of extraction is regular expression. This is the most successful method. There are other methods also like CEF key, JSON key and all, but this requires some standard method of log, then only it will pick up. But this regular expression is generic method, whatever the log method. I don't bother. I mean, this particular expression is doesn't bother. You can simply identify. Okay. So now for here, I will use some specific, some structure. So you can see here, right? See, there is something called this. This I want to pick up, right? So for this, what I'll do, I will try to identify what is the pre and post delimiters for this. So that means what is the pre constant and post constant between this value. If I want to identify something, you can see this quote and comma is nowhere here continuously. You can see here, right? Nowhere in this particular, but here it starts with quote comma and it is ending with this particular small bracket. If you see, if I show you, you can simply identify. See, nowhere in this particular thing, this is a uniqueness, right? I am identifying. If it is not here, if it is there, then I will start from here and I'll try to pick up the value from there only. But if it is here, luckily it is very lucky that I have some uniqueness over here. From here I am starting and I will end with here, and between the value, whatever the value it is there, I will pick up as a new property. Now what is the property? Let's say it is a virus name test. Okay, I'm giving a virus name test. So I want to parse in the events so that from now onwards, wherever it parse, it will give you the value as a virus name test. Okay. Now I'm not touching anything because if it is very advanced, we don't require it. But if you want to touch this, you can touch, but I will explain you later if you people join the sessions and all, right? So that otherwise also you can learn it here. There is not nothing. So for what event you are doing this particular property and all. So right now I'm doing the property for virus detector and for Palo Alto log source. Okay. Now I want to pick up this value. So the pickup is C. So I'm starting with this special things, right? So I will copy it as it is because this is the uniqueness. So as soon as I type, it comes here. See, it started picking. But I don't want this. I want this between these two, this area, right? Now I whatever I want to catch, I will catch in the bracket. See, okay. So in this one, there is a standard wildcard pickup value that is known as star dot star question mark dot star question mark. So dot star question mark means anything that is there, just capture it. So from where? From here, after this, after colon, double quotes and comma, whatever the value, whichever picking, you just start pick the value until this particular bracket. Now, if I type bracket, will it take? It will not take because the bracket is a special concept. So, to make bracket as a bracket, I'll use a backslash and I'll type C. I'll just put a small bracket after a black backslash because backslash makes that small bracket as a small bracket value. Otherwise, it is a wildcard value. Okay. So this is known as a regular expression. Don't worry. If you want to know more about this, I will give you a link, regex 101, where you will get how to learn and all. Even we will share some regex values, some important things and all that I am going to share with this particular webinar, right? So with this, it start now picking up the value. Now I'll simply test. So on test, I'll got the value. See, it's matching and it's able to pick up this particular value. Now I'll save. Simply I will save this. Once it is saved, you can see a new property created. See, in the over here it's showing custom property, right? It's showing custom property. Now the value of virus name is here. So whenever you click next, Next, see there's a different value because it is picking from what part? Between this area, between this comma and this double quotes and comma, right? So it start picking. See, it's now you go back, you go back, but there is no column over here. Yes, that is also possible. By using search and edit search, I will add that value in my column. So I will get all my list. So for that, what I'll write, simply test. So I'll drag into, I'll simply click on here. I'll just simply, after event name, I'll making or just dragging just, okay. Now I will again I'll search. Okay. What is the search parameter? The search is missed. Okay, let me refresh. I hope it's just I need to refresh. Log activity, add a log source. Log source is, let's say, Palo Alto. I'll edit. Okay, I think there is a tab generally comes. It is not showing anyway. No worries. Wait a while. I'll go into private window. Edit. I think there is some issue. Let me open another browser. Yes, edit. I think that particular search option is not loading. Might be because of some issue. Anyway, but you can just select that from this environment. I think that particular option is getting removed because of something. I think my fully the population is not fully loaded. That's the only reason. You can add it. Okay, simply by edit. Uh, you can add some tests, whatever the test column. If you want to add, you can add. Yes, you can
Hello.
add. Yeah.
இதோ இங்கதான் ஒரு சின்ன கிளாஸ் போயிட்டு இருக்கு சொல்லுமா.
Then the
ஆமா வீட்டில் தான்.
log source is
இல்லை இல்லை ஒரு கிளாஸ் இன்னும் ஒரு 10 நிமிஷத்துல முடிஞ்சிடும். முடிச்சுட்டு கால் பண்ணுறேன். ம் ம் சரிம்மா. நான் 10 நிமிஷத்துல கால் பண்ணுறேன்.
Ravi, don't mind. Yeah, yeah. So once it's done, the option is not getting. Okay. Uh, okay. And filter. Okay. It should come up. Why is it not coming up? I think this the issue is happening. I don't know because of this particular application. There might be some issue with the application, but you can get it once we have filtered this option, right? When you edit, right, you will get the column over here. Basically, the column will come over here. Okay. Right now it's not coming, but it should come. because of maybe the application might not install, I mean, not loaded fully. That's the only reason. Okay. So this can be one of the options that we can go with the custom properties. You can create, you can select any property. You can create your, like, I'll create one more property here. It's very simple. Log source, again, I'll choose whatever that you want to choose. Let's say, again, I'll go with a no, last one because I have some data with respect to that. I will select this same virus detector, right? So the virus is now getting detected, but there is another option is also there. There is a source of virus. Here the source of virus is also there. If you see the source of virus is something like document.zip. If I want to pick up this value, right? Yes, I can. I will create one more property. I'll have this time is virus source, right? I'll pass. Then again this time this is, see, these two are my, I can say, uniqueness. So I'll use comma quotes, right? Comma quote is speaking, but I don't want this and I don't want this. I want in between value. So in between value, I'll use dot star question mark and quote comma. If I test, it will pick up document.zip, right? I'll save. I'll save this one also. Once it is done, see, you can also identify virus source. So like you can create your custom properties by using, see, this is an example. See, for this you require regular expressions. I'm using by wildcard, I'm explaining, but anyway, there are lot many methods. This is one example and it's one of the easiest method. If you know the pre and post values, uniqueness values, then between the value you need to catch up and you just need to do by using this method. Okay. And you can simply, you can use these two or your columns. Okay, these are your columns in this area. Okay, these are known as known columns. You can even add more columns like whatever you want by using edit this value. Right now it is not coming up anyway. So this is one method. Now similar to that, there is a, according to our scope of action, this is, and you can see you can add, delete and modify your custom properties from here, admin. And in the data sources events, there is an option called custom event properties, right? So there are, see, the list is over here and whatever we have done, right, you can see from the date of modification. See, now you think that you don't require this, you can delete from here. See, it will check the dependency. If there is no dependency, then you can delete. See, so right now there is no dependency. If you use this particular custom property, any of the offenses, custom rules and all, it will not make you delete. But if there is, and it will give you where it is you have a dependency, then you can delete. Otherwise, you cannot delete. If there is a dependency, you cannot delete. Until and unless you don't have any dependency, you can't delete. Okay. So I'm not deleting because it's a required one. So anyway, once I'll show you at least one. Delete. So only virus source is there. The virus name is gone. Now virus source is there. Again, if you go back and check your events, right? So if you double click this virus type, so there is no virus test because I deleted that, right? Only virus source is now showing. The virus name I removed. Just now I deleted. So the virus name is not going to be shown you anymore. The only virus source is there. Virus name you will not get because I removed that particular custom property, right? It's it is an immediate activity changes when as soon as you implement, it will show on your group, right? That's it. So this is about custom property, and next one is called our use case manager. Thank you so much. Thanks your ops. Yeah. Now we have a use case manager, the advanced tool to configure your rules. Now by default, QRadar is given with some tools that is known as offenses rules. This is the native method of rule creation. Okay. This is a native method of rule creation. However, you cannot manage these rules on the MITRE landscape. Now, what is actually a MITRE landscape? Basically, there is something called MITRE ATT&CK Framework. If you see on the MITRE ATT&CK Framework, so these are the various attacks was discovered by your MITRE attack team as well as across the globe. These are the known attacks. It considers tactics, and this is known as technique, and inside there might be some sub techniques. So in general, the attacks discovered so far is these many. It is a attack version 15, the latest version of attack, and this particular framework has all the attack methods. And if you see any attack, why we need to learn this? If you click on here, you will given with on how the attack is getting happening, what is the detection mechanism, what is the mitigation mechanism. It is a generic mitigation mechanism going to you, but you will get a good understanding. Okay. So now the question comes, you have this particular framework. Basically, this in the industry it is accepted across the globe. So that's why people are more concerned. This is generally placed in your new version of use case. This one. So if you want to see the attack matrix, just drag here. So you can okay. Yes. Now, how many rules that you have configured that you can see over here? Okay, it's getting see. Right. So in the initial access, there are some 15 rules have been configured so far. In the execution, there are 13 rules configured. Persistence, 5 rules configured. Collection, 1 rule configured. For discovery, there are 45 rules configured. Defense evasion, 39 rules configured. So these are your tactics. According to that, there are so many rules have been configured so far. Now, if you want to see this, you can simply click on this. So you will get the list in a better manner. You can come to know. And now the question is, the feature is up to here only. The feature itself is the features that you can see. I'm very sorry for that. The feature is not available. See, this is the max that I can do. So this is the rules that have been configured so far. And if you want to see the landscape of this, you just go here. The coverage summary and trend in the option itself, there is something called coverage summary and trend where. So this is your organization. Consider this is your organization. This spider net is your config. I mean your organization. And these areas, the violet area which are you have done right. This is the covered and means protected area. And these many areas are still there may be chance of attacks. So you have not yet discovered this area with any rules. So if you see here for the impact there is only, if you see for impact there are only 2 rules, and if you see for a collection there is only 1 rule is available, and you can see for lateral movement there is only 2 rules. In fact, you can see how many rules that you can right now these many rules mapped, and you can even see at what level that you can configure. Okay. And right now you have not mapped so many rules. Now, if I want to create some rule and map that particular rule into some respective area, let's say I want to create a virus detection rule only. Let's say I want to create my, already it is there. So I want to create a virus detection area and I want to add it to, let's say, abuse elevation control mechanism. Okay. I want to map this to, let's say I want to create a rule and map it to abuse elevation control mechanism. Now for which what I'll do, I'll go to my rule for which I have configured. So what I'll do, I'll refresh this. See now I'll simply going back and I'll just type virus, enter. So maybe I have created something, that's why. Yeah, then I have already created multiple rules. Okay. And in this area, I have sent some rule. I mean, I'm sending some mails to these many people. Now, what I want to do, I want to create, let's say, I want to map this rule to something. Right now, if you see, there is no MITRE attack mapping have been done. See, no mappings directly, definite. I mean, I have not defined yet because I have done this particular rule through this methodology. See, if I show here virus See, this is my rule, or this is my rule, this is my rule. And in this part, I have created some conditions over here. The rules is not our source, so right now I'm not explaining any rules. But in these conditions, if this particular activity triggers, then I will generate a incident. But in this area, I don't have any mechanism to map my this particular MITRE attack mapping, so that I can come to know how much area that I have covered so far. So that facility is not in my native rules. So what I'm using UCM, that is use case manager. So now there is no attack mapping option. So what I'll do, I am managing from UCM and I'm adding my rule, mapping area. So first I will select that is a defense evasion. And what was the technique? Oh, sorry, that's not defense evasion, that is privilege escalation, and that is consider a boot logon installation scripts. Okay, and I want to add one more to that, and there is a credential access, and the technique is, let's say, OS credential dumping. Okay, okay. This is the credential access OS credential dumping, and I'm giving high into value. Okay, now I'll save and close. So I have added two MITRE attack areas. So this rule can detect these two areas. Consider. Okay. Now it's mapped. Now I'll go back and close this. Now if I go my MITRE attack and see if my MITRE attack area coverage and map report, if I see that is updated. Now see, boot logon initial script added, and OS credential dumping added. See, you can see here, right? And if you go and see your trend, now it is increased coverage trend. You can see now it is impact. Privilege escalation is increased. Now earlier it was 4, it is now, sorry, earlier 6, it was 7 now. And similarly, defense evasion is also 38, it becomes 39. See. So now it is increased. Now if I add something like, let's say, collection as a capability of only one, right? I will add the same map to, let's say, collection also. I will add it somewhere in the collection, let's say, so that you can easily identify the difference. Virus. Let's say I'll take anything. It's not mandatory. This one. This time I will add this. Okay. Let's say I will map. Let's say I will add collection to. I'm not touching anything. The older one. I'm adding one more tactics. Let's say it is collection. Okay. Now in the collection, I'm just simply adding a collection with a input capture. Okay, that virus will do input capture. Okay, it's a high. Now save. I have confidence of high. Okay, that's why I have it. The rule is mapped now successfully. Okay, now I close. Now if I go back and see my trend, right, you can see now collection has, now it's required to refresh. First, I'll go to C and I'll show you in the map. The collection has input capture. Why is it not come up? We have added, right? Let me refresh once again, or let me check otherwise. Sometimes a small delay, you can feel the delay, okay, because it's not exactly that you can get it as early as that possible. So you can find yes, input capture that you can see here, right? And the trends also, you can find the summary now that has been added now two. Collection earlier it was one, now it is two. Now you can see that. You can see the collection areas two. Increase, just now added one more, right? So that's how we can add our this particular MITRE TTP into your custom rules, right? So this is a small example that I'm explaining. It has a very good opportunity. Use case manager is a Swiss knife of QRadar. You can make lot many things with this. Not only this, you can identify the filtering capabilities and all. Okay, so it has a very good capabilities, but people are generally identifying MITRE coverage area by using this particular tool basically. So people use this particular MITRE attack for identifying how much I secured my organization by using the trending summary. I mean, if it is covered fully means at least half of the thing that you can at least sit back freely and identify for waiting for the attack to happen. And as soon as attack happen, you can easily identify. Otherwise, if there is no shield and the attacker is coming and going, you cannot come to know, right? Because there is no, if you are identifying, identifying mechanism is more stronger this area because you are very strong in this area, but you are very weak in this area. So this is what the threat landscape will give you in the this SOC environment, right? So and you have so many other capabilities over here in this particular area, like current potential coverage and all. How many log sources you have installed, how many rules you have configured, how many you can configure. That means in the Microsoft, right now there are only 59 you have configured, but there are 588 can be installed, and out of that 230 can be with mapped. So with your log sources, it will give you, and the potential trend is something like right now Universal has these many rules with mapping, without mapping, all rules, and with mapping rules these many. So if there are something like FortiGate, if your organization using FortiGate, there are 180 rules are already available in the market. Out of that, 169 rules are what? It's configured ready with a MITRE mapping. So this trend can also be keep on analyzing for those who are the threat hunters, those who are incident responders, right? So this is the another area that I can cover. So which is most important as a part of a webinar, right? So with this, I have covered this particular dashboard. I hope dashboard has any doubts. Just let me know. Then we can go with it. And the custom property and the use case manager. And the use case manager has a very good facility to map your rules with your TTPs so that it will give you a beautiful landscape. And with that, you can assess how much stronger your organization is. And you can keep on managing your TTPs by using MITRE mappings, right? So, so 1 minute. Now, this is all about your thing, right? And we also provide, we as a SIEM intelligence will also provide courses on the same CQA and I mean this particular QRadar as well as analysis as well as administrator separately as well as both. Okay, so you can go through this particular website that is SIEM intelligence uh, intelligence.com/courses where you can identify all our courses, and here the QRadar analyst and QRadar analyst admin and implementation, both the features that we have. So this will really helps you to give you a better understanding of QRadar in a advanced area where we are covering both administration, analysis, all this fine tuning area and everything that we are going to cover, right? And now this, as I said, the target audience is always related to all the people starting from L1 to L3 and L4 too. And this will really help you people to enhance your career into your SIM area. And with this particular session, we will provide you something like 35 plus hours of training and out of that, you can consider to be 80% considered to be practicals. Like today, whatever I explained in sessions, right? Just similar to that, we used to take that particular trainings with 30 hours of practicals, right? And we used to provide live training with lifetime access to your training material as well as your video recordings. And we used to provide mentor support all the time whenever you required this along with this particular sessions, right? And along with this, on completion of this particular course, we'll provide is 35 CPEs. We scored 35 CPE credits, and that will be given on this. You can check what is a continuous program enhancement credits. So, which will really help us for whenever there is a requirement of global credentials. So, this particular credits will help us to provide as a enhancing capabilities of your so far, right? And our batches are going to start from next week. I mean, from tomorrow or next week onwards, we will start working. We'll take sessions from that. So the sessions basically starts from 8 to 9, and it will be something like 5 days a week. And those who are interested, they can please contact on our management team. They will really help you, and they will even, if you have any queries or you require any technical assistance regarding this particular course and all, you people can contact and they will give you a beautiful response. So you can contact, you can throw a mail on info@smintelligence, or you can WhatsApp or call to 773 713 1337. Okay. Okay, and even you can get a continuous regarding this particular webinars and all. You will get a just go through this, and you can fill out the demo forms, which will really help you to identify. You can keep on update. Okay, so now it's related to our session and all. Now, if you have any queries related to these dashboard, custom properties, and use case manager, you can ask.
So just a single doubt, sir. In
Yeah.
MITRE framework, we covered a framework, but we have not written the use case for that. Can you show me a demo, sir? One single
Uh,
use case.
See, see, right now I have shown you the custom rule is already created, right? So if you want to know, just I'll show you how to create a rule, and always simply go to rules and action, create a new rule. Okay.
Okay,
So
sir.
from here, you can just click next, select what type of rule you want, go next. What is your scope of option? Like you write a rule name, like I'm creating a test rule name. Okay, test rule name and all. Okay, let's say I'm creating a test rule name. And what is the condition? So there are these many options that you have. You choose one of it. Let's say my local port is follows. Let's say port 80. If someone is crossing my port 80, just I should get a one kind of
Alert.
alert. So go next. And there are some rule actions and rule responses. Choose whatever you want. Like I want to annotate this. Someone, sorry, someone crossed over port 80. Just I'm giving. This is small. I'm not putting in alert. Instead of that, I'm annotating. So go next, and even I can notify that. I can notify. Go next and finish. Now my rule is created. So
Correct,
this
sir.
is
Got it, sir.
yeah. This is a small example, but in the rules there are lot many capabilities. What is rule? What is building blocks? What is the local rules? What is the global rules? What is the remote rules? How to configure and all that we have in a when we go and explain in the sessions, right? There are so many things that like this kind of thing that we are going to explain in the sessions. It's a small explanation that you asked,
Got
so
it,
I
sir.
explained.
Understood, sir. Understood,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
Sir, and one more small doubt, sir. For this UBA will be coming, or for professional version we need to buy separate, sir?
What?
For UBA, sir. UBA will be
Yuba will be only on professional edition that you
and
can
it's
work it. So
and it's separately paid or
it's a
for
paid
professional?
version. It's separate paid version.
No, sir. For UBA we need to buy separate. Product is
No, no.
different, and UBA product.
Yuba will be something like license based activity that you have to take it from Exchange Store. So
Okay.
there is a IBM apps used to be available that is considered to be IBM App Exchange. You have to
Okay.
go here. So in the App Exchange, when you go here, you will get all the list of apps. Some are paid, some are, you have to select, like, SIEM.
Got it, sir.
So from here, you have to identify UEBA. So this is one, this is Naira Yuba. Like you have to purchase according to this. The QRadar Yuba is also there. So some Yuba is also free, some are, paid version.
So okay, sir. So what about the source, sir? For source we need to buy separate or
Yes, everything we need to buy separate.
okay, sir.
SOAR is a separate solution itself.
Okay, so because I worked on a separate solution,
How
not IBM and Splunk, so I doesn't know how IBM works. So only I asked out. Thanks, I got it, sir.
Sure. Thank you so much, Ara.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Any other
so
queries,
how we
guys?
will integrate? Can you please guide?
What?
How we will integrate with IBM QRadar?
Integration. See, this particular webinar is not dealing with that, but anyway, the integration part is something like, there are multiple methods. One is with agent, without agent, agentless, syslog methods we use to integrate. Anyway, this is an admin area, and in the log sources, so we can integrate, add, and we can integrate the things, whatever the capability that we need to add, right? From here we can add, and once it is added, it will show like this. So it is integrated with multiple log sources. So that can be possible when I take a webinar of integration and all, right? Then there I will surely explain about that in a very detailed manner, because as
All
it's a
right.
very but it's a very limited outfront, right? So it is very difficult to explain all those things. It is a quite big process.
So how much duration of this course is?
The course is
Duration
of
time.
30, yeah. So it will start from next week, and the courses consist of 35 hours, and every day we will take a 1 hour of session, 8 to 9 p.m. And it's very easy, as well as, we'll take everything on practicals, okay? Whatever we take, explain and all, right, that we will take it on a practical mode, okay? And that will be really
All
helpful for
right.
you, okay? And most probably
All
next
right.
week, Monday onwards, Monday or Tuesday onwards, the sessions will be started. Tomorrow or day after tomorrow onwards. Already we have given
All right.
enough time to the people to join. So I think that will be more, those who are interested, they can
Uh,
join the session.
Do you
all
have
right.
any
Is
evening
this
batches,
is
sir?
a course? Yeah.
Yeah, please contact
This is
management team.
a.
What?
Any evening batch?
I'm trying to say that this is not analyst course. I think this is an admin course.
Yeah, both admin and analyst. This is QRadar admin and analyst course.
Any evening batches?
Evening batch is there, right? That is 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. is the evening batches.
I'm sorry, morning batch.
Morning batch, please contact the admin team. Admin team will give you the directions regarding their morning batch.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Neha, there is a RBAC facility available. Role-based access control is available in QRadar. You can configure. There is a user roles and security profiles that according to the user roles, you will get starting from admin, power, limited user facilities in this year. According to even there are lot many facilities are available. You can configure on a very crucial level, right? There's a very bottom, top to bottom approach is available in this particular area. Any other? Yeah, SNVT, I think
Sir, I
you
am
have
not
requested.
sure.
VT, SN, yes, you can ask the
Hello.
query. Yeah, Iqbal?
Sir, I
Yes,
am trying to say that I am already SOC analyst, so I am looking for admin course. Will be this helpful for me?
yes. You will start going to understand the administration, installation, including professional edition as well as the community edition, integrations, test, fine tuning, rules creation, everything. That is a part and parcel of admin. You will going to get it.
Hello.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Hey, hi Vishnu. In
Hi,
market we
Vamshi.
have various yeah, hi. In market we have various technologies, right? Like Azure, Splunk, QRadar.
Yes, yeah.
We need to learn all the technologies to be incident responder.
It's okay. Very good question, Venkat. See, let's suppose I'll take a good example on this. So you may know car, right? You won't learn all the cars in a go. Whatever you require, you just generally, and in on generic, people generally learn from, in India generally basically learn in a either Alto or a Swift. Then later he can ride any car, I hope, right?
Yeah.
Similar to
Mm.
this, you have to know one car. Later, you have to play with your GUI, the cable. See, the process you have to approach. You have to know the process. SIEM process is most important rather than the tool. So, if you understand one tool, then if for the familiarization, this kind of webinars, this kind of courses, if you join, right, it's more than sufficient. So, but if
Mm.
you want to go for a global certification of Splunk, QRadar, and all, it costs you a lot. It's in lakhs. So that's why. So you people know already. If you are already SOC expert, this course will really help us, help you to understand how the QRadar can be installed, because we will give you a more elaboration of the same QRadar like a global certifications of IBM security learning. There people cost you lakhs. So for the administration and analysis, they cost you more than 2 lakhs for that, but we are offering at a very, we are giving an affordable price, right? You can just go ahead with, if you required any kind of career counseling kind of stuff, please contact us, the same number, the WhatsApp number, that will be really helpful to you people. So this will be always available. People are there who will assist you, and whatever you have a queries, you can contact with regards your queries, right? Yeah, guys. Any other queries? Uh, SNVT, I don't know the name exactly. The name is showing here as SNVT. He raised the hand. Yeah, guys. Yeah, Arvi, thank you so much. I hope, Neha, you got an opportunity, right? Can you provide a roadmap for assessment? Yes, we, of course. Sujit, please contact our team. We will provide you a roadmap with QRadar and all that we will provide you, right? Always, always welcome for your queries.
Hi, Vishnu. This is Ashik here.
Hi, Ashik.
Yeah. So, I'm working as an endpoint security engineer. So, I want to
Yes.
work with SIM tool as well. So,
Yeah.
I have a doubt here. So, if I want to install I'm working as a carbon black ADR. I have worked it. Okay. So,
Yes.
if I want to install the machine and I mean the machine wants to report it on our console. So, we have to install the sensor package. Then it will reflect in our console. Same
Yes.
like if I want to the machine SIM. Is there any agent package or is there any sensor package, anything is there to install in that
Okay.
machine
So
so
see,
that
there
it
are exactly. Ashik, you are
yeah.
very right. There is the agent mechanism. What you have said is a sensor. Here we call it as an agent. Most of the products call it as an agent. So we have an agent called WinCollect for Windows. So we can install that particular agent in the Windows so that it will start reporting as well. If for others, they use the native mechanisms like uh, API methods and syslog method or syslog ng. So like there are lot many methods to forward the log. So they use like database methods like push method, pull method, share method, SMB method, cloud method. So according to the method of forwarding, they will forward to integrate with your QRadar. It is possible because in that
Okay.
area you have only one mechanism. Either it is a Windows machine or a Linux machine. You are not going to connect with your, let's say, network. You don't have any mechanism to connect a network, right? Network device you are not going to connect in your area. Whereas here you can also connect your network devices. You can connect everything. For there you have all various OS.
Hmm.
Here it is any device that you want to forward the log, which generates a log. You can forward it to QRadar. So from the EDR, the logs used to collect here for evaluation of your log analysis of your EDR event, because event of interest generally plays it. There you are playing the role of EDR. You are
Hmm.
not concerning the managing the logs. Basically, you are not concerned towards log management. Here we are concerned with the log analysis. There you are concerning with your
Alerts.
reporting. Yeah,
Alerts.
yes, whatever your alerts, whatever because you are only identifying your EDR details. You are not
Yes.
going to bother about ADD, AD, DNS, DHCP, what is happening.
Yes.
But here we are here to understand centralized log management, which will give you a suspicious activity understanding and give you a incidents so that you will do a incident response accordingly.
And something I need to ask, like some of the OS versions and all, for example, nowadays most of the OS and all end of support they have saying like that. For example, 2003, 2008, those OS version and all this end of support. So those machines, some of the machines are not supported by Carbon Black. So those machines are it is in risk currently. So for those machines, how IBM QRadar, is it possible to configure the older I
Version
mean,
of agent. Yes,
oh,
yes. See, that's why I said there are two methods. One is agent and one is agentless. So I
mhm.
can configure any machine with agentless also. With the internal native method also, I can push the logs to QRadar. There are methods. If I want, I can forward that by using any hook or hook. I have so many methods to push. I will tell all the mechanisms to push these logs to your QRadar. It is immaterial that what kind of version of your OS. If it has a capability log, collect a log, you will get a understanding. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ashik. And please fill your, if you want this particular recording as well as this particular documentation, please fill your forms so that you will get this particular recording as well as documentation, right?
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you, Ajay, and thank you, Ashik, for your concern. Thank you so much for your, understanding and all. And I hope you people have understand this particular things in a deeper edge. And I hope this session is fruitful to you people.
And Vishnu, is there any possibility to provide another one session for deep, in-depth final analysis?
That you just contact our team, they will tell you. Okay. So please
Sure.
contact this particular WhatsApp group. They will give you any further webinars, any sessions, any courses are there related to this and all that. They will going to explain, I mean, give you in detail in picture, and you can contact our, you can fill the form so that you will get a recording as well as the documentation. So even I provide the documentation of this, though like this, we'll going to provide it such a documentation what was we so far discussed, right? So it is a good documentation we are going to provide, right? So that you will get it once you fill the form.
Sure.
Sure.
Thanks.
So I hope you people have enjoyed this webinar and it's a really fruitful. People are really, I hope you people have enjoyed this particular session. If still have any queries, just let me know so that we can understand the things very deeply, right? And thanks for attending this particular webinar. Thank you so much, Prasad Shiva. It's a great concern and to be the part of this team, and I'm really honored to be the part of this particular webinar. And please do join the courses, and this course is really fruitful to you people. And at every stage of your, you may be L1, L2, or L3. At the three stages, you people going to get the, a good understanding and a good output from this particular course. So the courses will be starting from tomorrow, day after tomorrow onwards. So plan it accordingly. Contact our team. They will give you a good understanding of your, any doubts, any technical doubts or administration doubts or kind of considering courses doubts and all right. You can just they will clearly clear your doubts. Okay. And these sessions will be really tremendous. Will be future sessions will be something like very tremendous because of the way of approach towards the practicality. So I'm going to cover 85% of the practicals. 85% of the sessions are practicals. Okay. So entirely industry standard use cases that we are going to handle. Okay, guys, thank you so much for this webinar, and I'm really thankful to you people those who have joined and the part of this particular webinar. Thank you so much. Signing off.
Thank you, Vishnu. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.